my topic is the correlation between the structure of REM sleep with Parkinson's presentation and disease progression by me. And so the first thing that I want to cover is what is sleep. And obviously, Parkinson's is a diverse disorder that has multiple central symptoms for identification, one of them being sleep loss, actually. And sleep is defined as like a period of reduced activity that allows the brain to return towards homeostasis. And on a more anatomy level, sleep involves many areas of the brain, such as the hypothalamus, a small structure that located deep in the center of the brain and contains a group of nerve cells that stimulate arousal and sleep. And during sleep, the five senses are reduced along with changes in brainwave activity, breathing, heart rate, and other physiological functions. And these changes are a result of the sleep cycle, which is a continuous pattern that shifts between REM sleep and not REM sleep. And people average around 5 to 6 sleep cycles per night that last approximately 90 minutes each. And a sleep cycle is divided into REM and not REM. And not REM sleep is further divided into 3 stages called N1, N2, and N3, which each increment indicates a deeper state of sleep. So to like talk about the differences, N1 is the initial stage when body and brain activity start to dial down, causing light changes in brainwave activity. And it's pretty easy to like wake up someone from N1 sleep. You can just simply tap them. But when N1 transfers over to N2, within this stage, the temperature of the body starts cooling down, the muscles start to relax, and there's a reduction of breathing and heartbeat. And in this stage, it's typically much harder to wake up someone. And then moving on to N3, otherwise known as deep sleep. Obviously, in this stage, like people are in deep sleep right now. It's very hard to wake them up, and like they're like reinvigorating their brains during this process. And scientists believe that cell growth and repair occurs during the stage of N3, along with other essential functions such as the immune system and critical thinking. However, after N3, there's a sudden upward change in brain activity similar to levels of conscience. So anyway, during REM sleep, the body experiences muscle atonia, which is a temporary paralysis of muscles in all areas except the eye muscles and those associated with breathing. And REM sleep is mainly known for vivid dreaming. This is when dreaming occurs and like you use your imagination. And it's potentially connected to the influx of brain activity during the stage. So like REM sleep, like you can kind of like you're like processing like unconscious information that you've already acquired. And moving on, I also want to define what an EEG is, which is an and encephalogram, and it's like a non-invasive technique that measures cortical brain activity by attaching small metal discs known as electrodes to the scalp. And the electrical brain activity is recorded on a graph called an EEG recording through fluctuations. And these are known to be safe and like painless, however, but sometimes seizures can be caused for those with like a seizure disorder due to like the flashing lights and like deep breathing involved during the process. And EEGs are commonly used in clinical settings to diagnose and monitor various neurological conditions such as epilepsy, sleep disorders, brain injuries, and other brain-related disorders. And EEGs have already become one of the most readily used medical devices to identify sleep disorders and like seizures and other types of brain injuries. And it's especially useful in like identifying all different types of like problems. And it has like saved countless of lives. And it's also very useful for research in general, as scientists can acquire insightful information on brain functioning, cognitive processes, and brain activity behavior relationships. And then moving on to Parkinson's disease, it's like a complex and progressive neurodegenerative disorder that affects millions of people worldwide. It primarily impairs the brain's ability to control movement, leading to a wide range of motor and non-motor symptoms. In addition to these symptoms, individuals with Parkinson's disease often face various associated conditions that can significantly impact their quality of life. Some motor symptoms that are visible in patients with Parkinson's includes tremor, rigidity, and posture instability. And one of the hallmark symptoms of Parkinson's disease is resting tremors, typically starting in one hand and eventually affecting both sides of the body. And these involuntary shaking movements are most pronounced when the person is at rest. And then in addition to these symptoms, there's also non-motor symptoms that indicate Parkinson's, such as disease, cognitive impairment, insomnia, REM sleep behavior disorder, and automatic dysfunction. And many individuals with Parkinson's disease experience mood disturbances, including depression and anxiety, which can be exacerbated by the disease challenges. And then cognitive impairment can range from mild memory issues to more severe forms of dementia, known as Parkinson's disease dementia, PDD. And these sleep disturbances, such as insomnia and rapid eye movement sleep behavior disorder, are common in PD and can exacerbate other symptoms. So how does Parkinson's work exactly? So it's primarily characterized by molecular changes in the brain, particularly in regions responsible for movement and coordination. The most prominent molecular hallmark of PD is the progressive degeneration of dopaminergic neurons in the substantia nigra, leading to a significant reduction in the neurotransmitter dopamine. And then this depletion of dopamine disrupts normal communications between brain cells, affecting motor control and leading to the motor symptoms associated with PD. Moreover, the accumulation of abnormal protein aggregates, primarily alpha-synuclein, forms Lewy bodies, which are a defining pathological feature of PD. And these Lewy bodies can disrupt cellular function, trigger inflammation, and cause oxidative stress, ultimately contributing to the degeneration of neurons. And Parkinson's relation to sleep is that without atonia, which is RSWA and REM density, patients exhibit lower REM density and a higher RSWA percentage than normal Parkinson's patients. And notably, REM density increased throughout the night for both PD patients and controls, whereas RSWA remained evenly distributed. I forgot to add a graph. I wish I added a graph, but yeah. Furthermore, there was a negative correlation between REM density and the subscale of the movement disorder, and highlighting a potential link between motor symptoms and alterations in REM sleep. As Parkinson's disease progresses, it manifests various non-motor symptoms, including significant sleep disturbances, and these disturbances, which affect between 50 to 81% of Parkinson's patients, contribute substantially to morbidity. And then the sleep architecture of PD patients differs that from healthy individuals, since it's reducing the total sleep time and increasing sleep fragmentation. And this is important because circadian variation is very important for the human body to rest and repair itself. And medication used to treat PD, such as levodopa and dopamine agonists, further influence sleep architecture by impacting and suppressing REM sleep. And this causes insomnia and sleep disordered breathing. And then sleep disturbances are pervasive in Parkinson's disease, arising from a complex interplay of affected brain areas and neurotransmitters, compounded by medication effects and comorbidities. Nearly all PD patients encounter nocturnal disabilities or waking impairments, with insomnia and daytime sleepiness being predominant. Insomnia is often related to disease duration, depression, and dopaminergic therapy, while daytime sleepiness, which has implications for driving safety, can worsen with dopaminergic drugs. Sleep-related breathing disorders in PD are characterized by variability and are potentially linked to heavy snoring and daytime sleepiness. And additionally, circadian disruptions exacerbate symptoms, impacting not only sleep-wake cycles, but also motor and cognitive functions. And furthermore, REM sleep behavior disorder is common in PD, suggesting an underlying alpha-synuclein pathology. While some PD patients experience benefits from quality sleep or respond negatively to sleep deprivation, assessing sleep disturbances necessitates a comprehensive evaluation encompassing insomnia, respiratory issues, RLS, RBD, and circadian disturbances, often requiring polysomnography for confirmation. And in conclusion, sleep is an essential biological process that supports the reduction of consciousness and sensory muscular activity with the end goal of conserving energy and rehabilitating the body itself. There are multiple different stages of sleep, such as REM and not REM, which can be further subdivided into N1, N2, and N3 stages of sleep. Each stage corresponds to different levels of functional activity, with high stages correlating with less levels of consciousness. In conclusion, sleep disturbances in PD represent a complex interplay of the disease's underlying pathology, the effects of medications, and various comorbid conditions. The distinct alterations in REM sleep are observed in PD patients, such as reduced REM density and increased REM sleep without atonia, underscore the intricate relationship between neurodegeneration and sleep architecture. These sleep disturbances, including insomnia, excessive daytime sleepiness, and sleep-related breathing and movement disorders, profoundly affect the quality of life in individuals with PD. And these findings highlight the necessity of comprehensive and individualized assessment strategies for managing sleep issues in PD patients. Utilizing tools like polysomnography can be crucial for accurate diagnosis, enabling tailored treatment approaches that address the multifaceted nature of these disturbances. Effective management of sleep problems in PD can mitigate their adverse effects on motor and cognitive functions, thereby enhancing overall well-being and quality of life. And that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jaehee, and thanks for doing this wherever you are right now. What type of award ceremony is this?
I'm currently at like an essay competition award.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Kind of kicked me out. Yeah. Thank you.
Do you have time to answer a few questions?
I can probably answer like a few questions. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Do you is there any evidence that like you could use the study of REM sleep to actually diagnose Parkinson's? Is that anything that you've seen in any of your research?
Well, I think I've come across research in that. However, it's kind of hard because REM sleep, like disturbances in REM sleep has like multiple different like causes. So it might be a bit hard to pinpoint exactly to Parkinson's, but it technically is possible.
Very interesting. I wonder if like, yeah, research will get good enough or the tracking of REM sleep will get good enough. Yeah. And then finally, yeah. Do you have any next steps for your research? I won't keep you long.
Hopefully I can like go into more of like the statistical side and find like more evidence. Because currently there's like a lot of like very scientific jargon that I kind of need to like untangle, you know?
Yeah.
So hopefully I can add in more statistics to my paper.